Okay, welcome back to this week's edition of the BarroomBlitz.com. This is one of our favorite segments. All of a sudden, we're talking hockey. We bring special hockey analyst Michael Patzek here, and sausage-eating specialist, sausage chugger himself.
How are you feeling?
Dude, I literally only ate like 3-4 sausages. I can't remember. I gave one to the girl behind me. I was eating them, and I look over to Philo Beto, and I was like, oh my god, he has his whole plate gone. I'm like, I have no chance.
Yeah, at one point, you're just like, fuck it.
Well, I got like the world champion Pete here, and I got Matt Haas here, Philo Beto, and I was just like, I literally was getting done one. They have 2 at a time. I was like, I got no shot, dude.
All right, Flyers, first place, second total overall in points, right? Am I correct? They said they're still looking for some defense. They picked up a guy last week, Nick Boynton.
Yes, he was on Chicago last year. He's been a healthy scratch most of the season. I think the last 19 games or something for Chicago. He's been a healthy scratch.
Now, wasn't the guy we just picked up from Chicago, too?
Versteeg. He played for the Leafs, but last year he won the Cup with Chicago. Yeah. But, yeah, they were very quiet. They picked up a minor league guy. They sent 2 Phantoms for, like, some guy named Statisto or something like that.
He's a big dude. I just looked up. He's 6'5".
Yeah, he's a
big boy.
So he's just a minor AHL trade. But the main thing about
was that guy that had Sanders?
Zherdev is gone. Is that your main thing?
No, he just played the other day.
Because they picked up Boynton, they were technically over the cap, so they had to do an emergency
JVR,
drop-down, which sent JVR to the Phantoms for a day, which means Zherdev could play, and everyone's like, why could Zherdev play? I thought we just dropped him. In the NHL, if you get dropped and no one picks you up, that means you have 30 days and/or 10 games to still play with the team before you have to go through re-entry waivers, which then allows all the other teams to then pick you up again. Yeah, exactly. So he has another 9 games before, or 28 days before someone picks him up again.
Now, I heard a name the other day, Adam Foote.
Yeah.
Old, isn't he?
Yeah, he won the Cup of Colorado back with Ray Bork and Rob Blake.
But he's like 39 years old. Do we need another old defenseman?
Well, trade deadline was 3 o'clock today, so
nothing happened.
It's all. He said he wanted to retire as an Avalanche, which is commendable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's definitely lost his step. I don't see him even playing over O'Donnell. So
does the Pronger injury bother you guys?
No, he'll be back.
Yeah,
just was that a bruise on the wrist or whatever?
Yeah, he got hit in the wrist with the puck, and I mean things like that in hockey happen all the time. But
he was skating today, they said. So.
Yeah, and we got Blair Betts back, which no one really gives him credit. Like he is huge to have on the penalty kill. He's just a warrior.
I'll tell you, when they, hockey players take all these injuries, and he had a lacerated finger or something.
Yeah.
It just seems so bizarre when you're like, they get pucks in the face, and they get knocked out, and then there's just lacerated fingers. Like,
you need your hands in hockey.
No,
it's just even if you only score 2 goals a season, you still need your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the last game was a bad showing.
Yeah, it was a pretty poor effort. I mean, it was just brutal to watch. And we had Gustafsson, who's a Phantom all year, come up. It was nice to get a look at that kid since Pronger was out.
Yeah, they played poorly after Holmgren kind of called him out.
Yeah, well, what was nice to see was Zherdev come out of the gates. Now you got a chance, and he was all over the place in the first period, and he looked good. He was being a team player. He just looked awesome, and then he, just like the rest of the team, disappeared in the second and third.
You think that was kind of a wake-up call for him that he got to waivers and no one picked him up?
Yeah, I think that was kind of humbling. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, you're like, nobody wants me.
They said that he walked out of the building when he got waived with a smile on his face and jumped into his limo, and then came back, and they had 2 closed door interviews with Laviolette and Holmgren. And they gave him a chance. So, but the thing is, if the 30 days expires, 28 days, 9 more games, right? He's playing well. Say he scored 2 goals and we beat Ottawa, right? When he comes back through those re-entry waivers, we're not going to have him for the playoffs. Someone's going to pick him up to keep him off of our roster. There's 31 other teams that can pick him up before he's back on our team. So what's going to stop the Capitals from being like, oh, no, you're not getting him? You know what I mean? Or the Penguins.
No, the Capitals are in a tailspin.
They just picked up Arnott today and Dennis Weidman from the Panthers. The Panthers were on a sell-off today. I mean, no one really cares about the Florida Panthers, but they sold the farm all trade deadline. They're going totally rebuilt and new.
Now we have 3 games this week. We have Toronto on Thursday. Then we have Buffalo and Rangers. Is there any teams there that we should worry about? Or
all teams fighting for that 8th spot. So, I mean, and every team wants to beat the best in the conference, and that's us right now. So every time you're going up against these guys, you have to remember that they're fighting for their lives right now, and they're also fighting for bonuses. A lot of those players get bonuses. In the NHL, you don't get paid a lot with your salary. You get paid with bonuses. You hit the 20-goal plateau, which is the time these guys start getting around that area, or the 40-point, 50-point mark. A lot of these young kids that are making $800,000 a year, all of a sudden they get another $700,000 when they hit 20 goals or they hit 50 points. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of incentive for these teams to still play you hard.
When are the Flyers going to start, like, taking things seriously?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
that's the thing.
it seems like they're just, like, taking off a lot of periods.
Yeah, it just seems like they're not finishing the games.
Yeah.
Right, and then they lose a lot in the third. And
Yeah, they
it's
just kind of
I think
they're
it's-
cruising.
I think it's easily contributed to the fact that Leno's hurt, which means Briere has been invisible. In the month of February, he had 2 goals.
Wow.
He has been one of our best players all year, as everyone knows. I think he's tied with Carter for the our leading goals, and he had 2 goals in February. I mean, that stings when he's not scoring, and it's just plainly obvious. I think our record was like 7-4 or something
When's
like
he
that.
due back?
Leno? Well,
Yeah.
he's playing, but
playing.
he's playing. He's getting injections in his hip, and
Ah.
he had this all through the playoffs last year. I mean, he has the NHL record for most points as a rookie in the playoffs. I mean, he was a stud in the playoffs.
Sure.
I mean, a long season. I mean, NHL season is grueling. I mean, they just played 8 games in 14 days against NHL talent. That takes a lot out of you. I wouldn't mind seeing him sit a couple games and getting him ready for the playoffs.
Well, they have,
If
what,
we
5 days off right now?
Right now, we don't play until Thursday. So, I mean, Leno, when he's on his game, makes Briere a much, much, much better player.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
All
And
right. well,
who are you scared of? The Devils? He said
Like I
that.
said,
The
yeah.
Devil. Everybody's
Well,
talking about him. Since you talked, everybody's saying, "Wow, look at these Devils."
see, that's the thing. I don't think. Why would they trade Arnott for Steckel from the Capitals? He's garbage. I don't understand. Like, they have a legit chance of making it. I mean, it's still a stretch, but it's a pretty good chance. You know what I mean? They're playing really, really good hockey without Brodeur, which is just amazing. You know what I mean? Elias looks like a kid again. Kovalchuk's a beast. But I mean, if they squeak in that ace seed, man, I still have confidence we'll beat them, but I don't want to play a team that hot. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to avoid that at all
Right.
costs.
There's a lot of time between now and then.
I
A team
agree.
can get cold kind of pretty quick.
Oh,
so.
absolutely. Look at the Flyers, man. This is actually considered a bad stretch for the Flyers, and we're complaining we have 40 wins right now. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
all right. Well, why don't we take a little bad stretch and we're going to grab some Bud Lights and we'll be right back with some more Barroom Blitz.
Dot.
Thank you, boys.
Ah.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.